seen any white folks since I got off the bus. Saw them coming down here from Detroit. Saw them when we drove through Atlanta. But since I got to Harrington, not one.
Oh, that's easy. We ate them all up.
Stop that.
Well, it's a silly question. Of course, you don't see no white folks. White folks all live on the snow side of the creek.
There's no snow around here.
Not snow from the clouds, Miss Snow. She runs things on the other side of the creek, just like your Aunt Polly runs things on this side.
This Miss Snow, she mean...
She's white.
People aren't like gumballs, she mean bean. Can't tell what they're like inside because of the color they are outside. You gotta be dumber than a cantaloupe to think like that.
Well, I don't know many white folks. We hardly got any truck of them since the bridge burned down.
What bridge? What are you talking about?
I'll tell you about the bridge and who burned it and everything. If you prove to me you're as brave as you talk.
What do I have to do?
Follow me and I'll show you. Unless you're afraid.
Well, I can run faster, spit farther, whistle louder than any boy ever born. And I'm not afraid of anything.
And that's on account of you ain't met even Pendergast.
Who?
Follow me and you'll see.
Hi, Miss Conley.
Who is it, Mrs. Conley?
It's Dr. Shannon.
Won't you ask him in, please? Robert?
Hello, Polly.
That won't be necessary, Mrs. Conley.
This won't take long. I just wanted to drop off some of these brochures and a couple articles.
Brochures and pamphlets about what?
It's about how kids respond to musical instruction. From your reaction the other day at church, I thought maybe this would help you understand it a little better.
Is that why you came back to Harrington, Robert? To see if you could change the teaching methods at the orphanage?
You know it isn't.
Well, I will read these pamphlets. I'll try to keep an open mind, but...
We're not talking about the orphanage, Polly. We're talking about you and me. We're talking about wasted years.
Oh, I'm not so sure they've been wasted, Robert. You have a fine career in Atlanta. And I've managed to keep Daddy's mill running. I've managed to keep this town together.
Is that your responsibility? Yours and yours alone to keep the town together?
There are certain obligations to wealth.
There are certain problems, too. I mean, apparently the rich lady living on the hill can't let her beautiful hair down on her neck the way she used to. A rich lady living on the hill can't sing or dance or laugh the way people are allowed to. And apparently, a rich lady living on the hill doesn't know that people don't want to be given things. They want to earn them. Because they don't feel good being obligated to a rich lady living on the hill.
We seem to have gotten off the track here.
We got off the track about 5 years ago, Polly. I'm trying to put us back on.
I'll read these pamphlets, and I'll let you know. And should you decide to stop by again, I do hope you call first. My schedule is terribly hectic.
That won't be a problem. I'll be going back to Atlanta by the end of the week. Goodbye.
look at me like I've done something wrong. I'm proud of the good that I've done. I'm the one they all count on. I've got to be strong. There's battle still left to be won. Don't tell me how love can slip through your hands. Don't ask me what I'm waiting for. Don't make me feel like I'm missing the chance to have something more. Something more could only get confusing, and I would just risk losing everything I've got. Something more, like someone to belong to, or someone to hold on to. Might change me into something that I'm not. I might become that someone I forgot.
There it is. Even Pendergast. Ain't that the meanest, coldest name you ever heard? Well, it fits him. Fits him just perfect. Have you ever met him? Don't have to meet him. I've talked with people. He's got himself a whole cellar full of rats. A cellar full of rats? What for? He feeds kids to him. That's not true. Why would people say it if it isn't true? Let's go. Where? Closer. Why? Because we're sneaking. And when you're sneaking, you always got to try to get as close as you can get. Don't you know nothing about sneaking?
What are your names? I'm waiting for an answer. I don't like to be kept waiting.
I'm Polly Whittier. And if I'm not back at my Aunt Polly's house by dark, she'll call the police and they'll come looking and find this place. They'll look in your old cellar, too.
They'll look in my cellar. Why would they look in my cellar?
For bones? Bones.
For bones?
Bones.
Why would they look for bones in my... Oh, that one. I see. And if they find bones in my cellar, do you know what the police will charge me with? They'll charge me with cruelty to rats for feeding them willful, spoiled children.
Jimmy Bean, don't you dare run.
Girl, my mama and papa may not be alive, but they sure didn't raise me to be nobody's furball.
Well, I was down in my cellar this morning, and all of my rats are getting too fat. And there's more bones down there than I can handle. So, maybe I'll let you go this time.
I agree with your thinking on that matter.
Both of you got to promise you'll not come back here again. Cross your heart, hope to die. Let a cat spit in your eye.
Can I just promise? I get into a lot of trouble when it comes to things about spitting.
That'll do. Be gone.
Oh, that's so pretty. I can see why you want to be alone. But I think it's real selfish of you. If I had a rainbow dancing on my wall, I'd want to share it with everyone. How do you make that?
I don't make it. The sun makes it, for heaven's sakes. It shines through the lamp over there.
Isn't it beautiful?
Don't get too fond of it. It goes when the sun sets.
But when the sun comes back up in the morning, you have a brand new rainbow again. And that's something to look forward to for sure.
What I look forward to is solitude.
Well, they're your rainbows, and if you want to keep them to yourself, I guess it's up to you. Thanks for showing me and Jimmy Bean your house.
I didn't show you the house. You barged in.
Well, actually, you dragged us in.
Come on, if the man said we bars, and let's barge ourselves right on out of here.
If you open the shutter wide, you have a whole wall full of rainbows. If I went sneaking with you, and I went sneaking with you, so tell me.
Tell you what?
Who burned down the bridge?
What bridge?
I don't know. You were the one that said somebody burned down a bridge. Now, who did it?
Nobody knows. When the church got built, it was gonna be for everybody in town, for folks on both sides of the creek. With your Aunt Polly and Miss Snow getting everybody together. Then, night before it was gonna open, the bridge across the creek got burned down.
And nobody knows who did it?
Some say your aunt did it to keep white folks away. Some say Miss Snow did it to blame it on your aunt.
Go on.
Some say white folks did it to keep us from going on their side of the creek. And I hear some of them are just mean enough to do that, too.
Jimmy Bean, I told you.
I never said all white folks are bad. I don't even know any white folks. I never even been in a white person's house.
Their houses are just like ours, except, you know how colored folks sometimes have pictures of Joe Louis?
Yeah.
White folks sometimes have pictures of the Pope or Eisenhower.
Can neither one of them beat Joe Louis?
Well, now don't it seem there's people in each and every town moaning, wailing, ranting, raving, Lord, bring you down.
They could light a candle, but it seems like they'd rather curse the night. Now you won't make nothing happen, just keeping that jaw flapping, shining like. Yeah. Now listen to him, George. Go ahead. Now we all know some people love complaining, that's for sure. Yeah. But you know you're part of the problem, son, if you ain't part of the cure.
Oh, now no one pays attention to a dog that's all barking nobody. Yeah.
There's people in the dark, son, and all they need is a spark, son, shining light. Yeah. Shine a light, shine a light. What a difference you can make. Shine a light, shine a light.
Ain't no use to bellyache.
For every man who's wrong, there's 20 more who long to do what's right. Well, yeah. All they need's a beacon. Stop that wheel a squeaking, shine a light.
Go on. We got to shine it, y'all.
Your life ain't how you like it.
No need to complain.
If the skies are getting cloudy,
coming out of the rain.